As far as E3s go, it's been a fairly solid year. Not a blockbuster, mind you, if anything it's been a little on the tame side, but nonetheless there are still a fistful of games we can't wait to get our hands on now we've had a proper look. So while it's not an exhaustive list, here are the 9 games we can't wait to play thanks to E3. Number 1, Mario & Rabbids Kingdom Battle. That's right, Mario & Rabbids Kingdom Battle was so surprising, we decided to lead with it. When this game leaked last month, I genuinely felt a bit sad, because I'm not really a fan of the Rabbids, and, well, why was Mario holding a gun? Now I've seen the actual game in action though, I'm prepared to hold my hands up and say I was totally and utterly 100% wrong about this. Mario & Rabbids Kingdom Battle looks like an unbridled delight. It's got solid turn-based combat, genuinely innovative mechanics like warp pipes and kicking your teammates across the map, and there's a sassy Rabbid Peach who takes selfies even when she's being beaten up by a piranha plant. What's not to love? Number 2, Skull and Bones. Fire! Assassin's Creed Black Flag was excellent. I poured over 60 hours into that game without making it past the 50% completion point, solely because farting about on the high seas was so much fun. The ship-to-ship combat felt intuitive and punchy, and you could make your crew sing shanties at the drop of a hat. Having that bit of the game spun out into a full-blown release was a move I didn't anticipate from Ubisoft, but it's one that makes total sense. I cannot wait to give this one a bash.
All sails! Ride the wind!
It'll be interesting to see exactly how it pans out, to be honest. I'm getting a very strong For Honor vibe from Skull and Bones, but hopefully there'll be enough in there to keep solo players, or people without bags of time to sink into advancing their faction, happy. And from the looks of things, we'll get to take on a Kraken, or at least get murdered by one. Number 3, God of War. While it was a bit disappointing God of War wasn't actually playable at this year's E3, the trailer shown during the Sony conference nonetheless shows an action game in rude health. For one thing, it looks flipping gorgeous, from the impressive environments to the hideous adversaries Kratos spends so much of the trailer brutalizing. There are also some intriguing story threads and bits of Norse mythology in the mix, all of it topped off by Jormungandr, the World Serpent, and his impressive neckbeard. Number 4, Super Mario Odyssey. Speaking of facial hair, I'm not sure if you've ever seen a bullet bill with a moustache before, but thanks to Super Mario Odyssey, that's now something that exists. Chris and Deefa got hands-on with the latest 3D Mario game on the show floor, and it looks flipping excellent. Not only is New Donk City a delight to run around in, but as usual there are some phenomenal bits of design. Like this section, where you go through a warp pipe and turn 2D in order to traverse a bit of the environment you otherwise can't get around. You can also go around ripping down posters for Bowser's wedding like a jealous lover. Number 5, Wolfenstein II. Compared to previous showings, Bethesda's press conference was a bit threadbare this year, but despite that, there's no denying the announcement trailer for Wolfenstein II was pretty incredible. They had me at giant fire-spitting robot dog, to be honest, but that's not the only reason we can't wait to give Wolfenstein II a bash. The story seems to be going in some fairly interesting new directions for one thing, and there's a pretty impressive array of different weapons, which, at one point, BJ uses to shoot a Nazi crocodile. There's also a slightly disconcerting moment in which the action stops while a hatchet gets lovingly fondled, and all of it was capped off by this guy dropping acid while his mate snuck up on a Nazi and stabbed them to death. Now, I've never taken the time to actually sit down and list all the worst possible situations in which one could decide to start tripping balls, but I'm fairly sure that is near the top. Number 6, Star Wars Battlefront 2. While we're talking about taking up arms against the forces of an evil empire, Star Wars Battlefront 2 looked pretty special during this year's EA conference. While the first one certainly wasn't perfect, DICE seems to have listened to the feedback and implemented some changes to bring it more in line with fan expectations. I mean, they also threw in the droids from the prequels, which I have some fairly strong opinions about, but all in all, it looks pretty good. Battlefront 2 is taking on a more class-based focus, with greater weapon variety giving players a chance to get properly stuck into their loadouts. And with EA confirming there will be free DLC seasons, things are looking up for Battlefront fans who felt let down the first time. Number 7, Far Cry 5. Far Cry 5 has a dog that will fetch guns for you. I'm really not sure what else there is to say. Number 8, Assassin's Creed Oranges. Assassin's Creed Oranges looks pretty interesting, clearly having taken a few pages out of Geralt of Rivia's book. The open world looks gorgeous, and from what I've seen so far, Assassin's Creed has undergone a change of pace, giving you the chance to explore in your own time and level up your character just by doing stuff in the game world, not solely by completing missions. A few of our commenters have been a bit unsure about the new direction the combat seems to be taking, but I still think there's a lot to look forward to with this one. Number 9, XCOM 2 War of the Chosen.
You're not supposed to be here.
Yeah, I know XCOM 2's been out for ages and this is just an expansion, but to be honest, War of the Chosen looks so drastically different, there was no way I couldn't put it on this list. Introducing 3 new human factions and 3 new alien factions, War of the Chosen sees you face off repeatedly against a triumvirate of alien heroes, each of which will get stronger between encounters, helping them become proper nemeses. There are also some new enemies called the Lost, who are a bit like zombies and a bit like the Flood from Halo. They're mutated people from humanity's lost cities, and you'll be gunning them down in droves, which is, you know, cheerful. And there you have it, 9 games we can't wait to play, thanks to E3. There were plenty more games shown off this year, however, so if there are any for which you're particularly excited, let us know in the comments. If you want a closer look at some of the games on this list, we have plenty of videos for you to watch, including Mario Odyssey gameplay, and a better look at Far Cry 5. Do like and subscribe to Eurogamer so you don't miss any of our other coverage, but most importantly, thank you for watching, and have a lovely day.
So, you do exist.
They were sent here to purge the lost.